Happy Friday!
Happy July 4th.
Happy July 4th tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
250-year anniversary since our signing of the Declaration
Of Independence.
of Independence, just in case you're wondering.
Yes, just in case you're wondering. And to our Navy military, we're over 200 years old for our Navy, our U.S. Navy military. So,
Wow.
Active duty military spouse right here and family. So shout out to all of our military personnel.
Yes, everybody that served and is currently serving, thank you so much, because we have our freedoms because of folks like you. So we really, truly appreciate your sacrifices.
Yeah, absolutely. I know this is kind of a tangent, but did you see the fight at the White House that happened?
I know that it was mass. I was like the only person that probably didn't see it.
Watch it?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there was 7 fights, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was
the
7.
MMA fights at the White House.
Yeah, that was wild.
Or the motocross too, right? They had the motocross jumps and all that. Pastrana. Yeah, they had that too. Yeah, it's been a wild time at the White House.
Yeah, yes, definitely a wild time. But a lot we can say on that.
I guess there's no bad marketing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it could be a distraction because we're still at war.
Didn't they sign a treaty last week?
Oh.
I don't know. Guys. We're not going to get into politics because
anyway,
that could go that way.
Yes. Well, because it's July 4th weekend, we are still experiencing open houses this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're still seeing a lot of buyers out there who are shopping without pre-approvals, without an agent. What advice can we give them, especially coming from mortgage broker like yourself?
Yeah. Well, I'm working this weekend, everyone. I'll be hosting 2 open houses, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. And I can tell you that because I've done previous open houses, it's been a hit and miss. Some properties people show up, and some properties they don't. But what I've seen, and what I tell all our clients before they even go out and look at properties, and that's how you and I operate, it's like, don't go window shopping because it could set you up for a failure. It could set you up for these expectations of something you really like. And all of a sudden, when you come and meet with us, we go over the numbers and your expectations were here and you qualify for here. And there's a big space in between. And now, maybe you were thinking about that single family home with the 3-car garage, with the pool in the back, and you qualify for the condo with the carport, with the community pool. So there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we tell a lot of our clients, you got to crawl before you walk, before you run. And most people like ourselves, we didn't buy our first home being our forever home. Our first home was a strategy where we got into the market to build equity. And also, it's not always about just building equity. It's about not throwing your money away and renting and just having peace of mind that you own your home. And it gives you that peace of mind, the security that we're providing for our families, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're an individual without a family, that's okay too, because that for you is your own space, is your home. It's where you go home to after a long day and it's yours. And there's something about owning a home, the psychiatrists have said, or psychologists have said that it is good for you because you need a space that feels is yours. That's why home ownership provides a lot of positive things. I know that the payments can be stressful, but no matter what, knowing that you own something and it's yours, and you have that peace of mind, it's very positive for you. Mm-hmm. So no window shopping. Come and talk to us first. Get your numbers together. And then how we work, you come in, we go over your numbers, we make sure you understand them. And once you understand them and you're good with them, then we put them in your hands. And this is where you do the magic, right? Because that's where the real fight starts, where like negotiating, finding the properties, making sure that your clients are seeing the properties that they need to see. Why don't you tell us about that part? Because I feel like my part is fairly easy compared to your part. My part is very black and white. The numbers are. And I know what I'm doing. So once you have the experience, we can always kind of put that together fairly quickly if the clients provide their information. But your part, I think, could be where the emotional part starts, where it really gets kind of tricky.
I agree with you. I think it's very emotional when you are shopping for homes, especially for home buyers who are out there shopping open houses because they see the sign. They're like, oh, let's stop here. One thing I do have to say for those who are shopping without a real estate agent and without a pre-approval, if you are going out there and you are browsing homes, take it as a learning experience, understand what the neighborhood market looks like. Maybe this is a way for you to taste out the layout or the functionality of the home, given the reality that you may or may not qualify for that property. But also, this is also viable information that also helps out a real estate professional to help me understand what your taste is. However, again, we still discourage home shopping without a pre-approval. And the reason why is because there are emotional layers into buying a home. And I think the most important one is really having a very tight grasp of what you can actually afford, right? So having to understand, okay, I can only afford maybe not $925,000, but maybe $700,000 instead. And my mortgage payment looks like, XYZ amount, but my lifestyle, I don't want to have to compromise sushi. I don't want to have to compromise hundreds seafood buffet. I don't want to have to compromise the way I eat, right? Then maybe I might have to look at a property that's worth $600,000 or $500,000, whatever the case may be. Working with a real estate professional like myself, we actually come into the office, we take a look at the multiple listing service, which is an exclusive tool that is only given access to real estate licensed professionals, where we have to pay a premium to get access to live action and feed of the market, real estate market, and we diagnose the market. I sit down with you and I'm saying, hey, look, here's the in-washer dryer hookup that also provides an in-washer dryer for you to where you don't have to buy a new one, or a refrigerator, appliances, whatever the case may be. We take a look at every single detail into what you're looking for, and we match it with the price that you're actually pre-approved for. Based off of that number, we might narrow it down to 20 properties. It is my job, typically with my past experience, I like to narrow it down to 3 to 5 properties at max. And the reason why we do this is because when you find out these are the top 3 properties that I really like, it checks out all the boxes, all of the HOA, the Melrose, if there is still Melrose, property, taxes, insurance, principal, all of the numbers are already dialed in with your top 3, then that's when we actually schedule private tours to go see, based off of your schedule, when is a convenient time to actually walk the property, physically take a look at the ceiling to the floors and everything in between of what you like and what you don't like. From those top 3 properties, we then narrow down which one is the most functional for me and my family to actually move forward with an offer with. I think this is the most important step right before we negotiate an offer, because having to actually see a property in photos at my office to actually walking the property in person, it's kind of like social media, right? Are you seeing a photo that's filtered without all of the blemishes, or are you looking at it for its actual raw physicality, right? So this is the importance of having representation, because walking a property physically with a real estate professional, I can actually help you understand what to look for, because it's not always just looking at a property like you would at an open house, just looking at the aesthetics, the staging, the color scheme of everything. No, let's open the sink underneath the kitchen counter. Let's take a look at behind the toilet to see if there's any other kind of leakage or, dried out water stains or anything like that. Let's take a look at the ceiling, at the cracks, if there's any at all, right? These little minute details is also part of what we call an AVID, which is an agent visual inspection disclosure, which is what we would have to also sign and go over if you choose to move forward with this property and if our offer actually gets accepted. These are things that only a real estate expert and professional would go over with you once you've decided that you wanted to move forward with it. So I think it's very important for a lot of people these days. We all say we're busy. We all say we don't have enough time. We all say, there's just, look at, we're already on July 3rd, right?
Yep.
You want to work with a real estate professional who's going to execute the time efficiently and not waste it. So this is the reason why having to work with the right representation for you, who's going to represent your best interests, is highly important.
I agree. If you guys have been on the fence, if you have questions, if you just want to call us or send us a message, if you're not sure what to do, maybe you just don't know, right? Like you're like, I don't know what to do. Call us, send us a message. We don't bite.
Yes. And, we encourage you to also give us a call, shoot us a text message. We can always answer your questions aside from actually sitting down with us here in our office. We're always happy to answer or address any concerns that you might have. So enjoy the July 4th weekend.
Yes.
Or catch Ruben at his open house.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys enjoy your time with your family, friends, and everyone alike. So
thank you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.